Welcome everybody to the Cooldown Room. This is episode 6. I am not Dan. I am Alex, but we are hosting with Dan and Alex. Daniel is currently MIA at the moment because he's a dad tonight. So got to do some things. But we're going to be talking all things supercars and Formula One. It is race week, Grand Prix week, and I am so bloody excited to get the show on the road because the Oz GP is on. And I am very bloody well. And Bryce told me I did the wrong line. You know what? It was close enough. I'm not the host. I just record. But no, we got a lot of things to cover. We got some political news. We don't really dive too much into that stuff. But I think it's necessary this week because, things are happening in the Middle East and it's affecting Formula One a little bit. So we got to chat a bit more. I don't do the welcome back thing, so sorry, Bryce. If you're watching, obviously, on YouTube, YouTube, as my dog is barking, so this is just going splendidly. We are currently live on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as a watch-along for our podcast, so if you already don't know, you can jump in. Usually we do it on a Monday night, but this week is Tuesday. Jump in, chat all things motorsport, and be involved live on the podcast and feature. We will mention you because we love everyone commenting as much as possible. My dog's still barking. Great. This is just going splendid. But we're going to chat all things AGP. Obviously, this week we got the supercars as a support category at the Formula One Australian Grand Prix. So lots of action, lots of things to get through. With that and the Formula One, we've got 5 races to watch this week. So it's bloody awesome. So let's get into, I guess, the F1 news is the biggest part. I know we tend to go with supercars first, but I think it's necessary to discuss F1. There's a lot of drama happening at the moment with everything getting to Melbourne and everyone getting... Daniel has joined us. Good timing. I'm just discussing that people might not make it to the Melbourne Grand Prix, and it's a bit screwed up at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We've got about 1 or 2,000 or something like that members amongst F1, F2, F3 stuck. Unfortunately, a lot of people also flying from over there as fans as well can't even make it, unfortunately. So it's definitely a really unique situation. Definitely not one we want to be in, but unfortunately that is the reality. But I believe the F1 cars will all still be there. They're all safe. They're all already over here, I believe. But with that being said, though, Aston Martin, despite them being here, they don't plan on racing. They actually already scheduled a time to retire.
That is sad. I've never heard of that before. That Honda power unit's going splendidly well. Then they're blaming Adrian Newey. Adrian Newey's blaming Honda. Alonso is going to just kill somebody. It's all happening. I don't know, man. What a mess. Just I don't know what's more of a mess. The situation in the Middle East or the fact that Aston Martin don't have they can't even do a race. And they've had a whole year to prepare for this.
It's shocking, isn't it? They've been so hyped up and everything with Adrian Newey heading over there as the team principal. You know, he's a brilliant man in terms of aero. The car probably looks amazing. It's got fantastic aero, but unfortunately, you need a power unit, especially this regulations.
Absolutely. No, it's true. And the fact that everyone else seems to have a lot of power, and Aston are barely going to make the 107% rule. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy to think that a team in 2026 is not going to do a race because they physically might not make it to the end of the Grand Prix. That's just nuts. That's just ridiculous. And like I said, these regulations have been in place. This is the first season of these brand new regulations. And you've had so much time to prepare. And you might not even make it to the end of the race. Well, you won't, actually. No, they've already said they won't. I don't know if that's also another first.
No.
What other team has ever said, hey, we're not going to make it to the end of the race a week before it's even happened?
Well, the problem is they've done the least amount of laps and during testing. And that's including Barcelona as well. You know, it's really shocking. And Fernando is probably just going to run instead of driving the car.
No.
Let's face it, he's probably quicker doing that. But it's going to be interesting to see for sure. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder. I think Aston Martin regret not having the safety car as their vehicle because they could have used that this week. Honestly, they could have just jumped in a DB7 or whatever it is, and just done, driven that. That would have been better, to be honest, than nothing. But they've lost that. They decided to not worry about it. Yeah, they're pretty. So I'll go through some comments here. So obviously we've got the usual Courtney, Bryce, Bono's joined. Hello. We've had a few extras before, but probably our wonderful technical issues have pushed everyone away.
Hashtag blame Alex, everyone.
Yeah, hashtag blame Alex. So yeah, this is what happens when you do a pod on a Tuesday. Bryce has just said, "What? They may as well just use Australia as a test session." That would be the case, but they physically don't think they'll make it to the end of the race. And that's just sad. Like, seriously sad. Like, it's insane. Like, they don't think they can make that out. They don't think they can drive an hour and a half, which is
sad. Very sad.
Like, I remember,
are they even going to be able to do practice?
I don't know. Well, every time they drove in testing, they did like maybe 2 or 3 laps. I don't know. It's just like their run sheet this weekend of like R&D sounds like it's honestly blank. Like, they're just going to turn the car on. If it starts, they'll do a lap, come back in. Like on the last day of testing, the whole day they didn't complete a lap. They didn't. They came out in the afternoon session, the morning session, with 15 minutes to go of a 4-hour session. Is insane. It's just ridiculous.
Actually, crazy. But on the other hand, though,
I don't know how Fernandez.
Because obviously, yeah. But let's talk about something really a hot topic, right? And Apex Hunters United actually talk about this. The new hybrid systems, meaning we'll actually get to see the start for the first time. You know, all the cars will be starting for 35 minutes. And Ferrari, will they be on top of it like they have been throughout the testing? Because apparently, right, 18 months ago or so, Ferrari, or maybe, I think 18 months ago, so Ferrari noted an issue with the turbo, with why it takes so long to start, and no one listened pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And Ferrari, obviously, they did their homework. They knew that this was going to be an issue. So, and we've seen how lightning of a start Lewis had that time. So, very intrigued to see what the starts are going to be like this weekend. Are we going to have cars that stall? Are we going to have chaos? Is Max even going to get a slow start compared to Audi or something like that? Or is Ferrari going to just launch and go straight out of there? It's going to be really interesting to see for sure.
I've never been so excited for Australian Grand Prix because I just have no idea what's going to happen. Like, it's just been so refreshing to know that anyone could do well, and we don't know who it is. We generally have no idea. Like I was saying in a couple of pods a couple of weeks ago, I said that I hope just a team like Williams or a Haas or Alpine just come out of nowhere. Actually, I said no Alpine, but I'm kind of leaning toward them a little bit. I hope one of them just come out of nowhere and just, I don't know, qualify top 5 or something. Like something ridiculous.
Well, it could happen. That Mercedes power unit is pretty cool, pretty good at the moment. So it's definitely not out the question. That's for sure. No,
I do think there's a few comments in here from Courtney and Bono saying that the engine is probably going to be the most, the thing that holds everyone back. Like, the new aero regulation's cool, but now the engine's now just way worse than it used to be. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, the problem is that you lose about 100k down the straight. Because Kyle Reindler was on I said it before, was on the Apex Hunters United pod.
That was.
Great listen. Yeah, Carl
Yeah, I
Rama.
didn't
You know, the
know who-
guy who
Yeah.
got caught in
He
the
looks
flame ball?
different.
Yeah.
He looks a bit more bulky
Yeah.
now. I did not know who that was.
Yeah, no, he drives the medical car now, which is cool. So
Yeah.
he gave a good insight on the new regs and whatnot. Because it is really interesting. Apparently, Barcelona, the start finish line, they got up to
Charge
330,
complete.
340k an hour. But by the time they got to turn one, it was 270. And that wasn't them slowing down or anything. That's just purely because of the energy system that they've got. So that's interesting to see how that's going to affect Albert Park. But
Oh,
it
you
actually
guys
got
heard that?
to the point.
Oops.
Hey, heard what? Heard what?
Bryce commented. I think my mic said charge complete, and apparently you guys heard that.
Oh, I didn't hear it. So.
You know what? You know, I'm hearing that more than Aston Martin will ever hear that.
Do you know that's probably something drivers will hear this season? You know,
Yeah. Every time they're down the
There
straight,
you
charge complete.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. This is just a list of things that's gone wrong. Anyway,
we're never filming on a Tuesday ever again.
no, Tuesday
It's
sucks.
simple as that.
Tuesday sucks.
Yeah. Tuesday is pod post day, not. That's
yeah,
okay.
literally.
But back to what I was saying, it actually has gotten to a point where apparently teams have asked the FIA, do they need rear brakes, because the car slows down that much that the teams don't feel like they need them anymore. Obviously they do, that's part of regulations, but that's how crazy it is right now.
I've never heard that before. That's insane. Like, I think that the funny part is like, do you reckon they don't need them because the engine just is so shit that by the time they get to the end, and you know what I was saying on the drive up home from Phillip Island over the weekend? I'm like, what's going to be insane to think about is all they've tested on is Barcelona and Bahrain. Now, they have long straights, but not the longest in F1. I can't wait for them to go to Azerbaijan. They're going to be doing 150 by the time they get to turn 1, if that. Like, it's just going to be fucking pathetic. Actually, round 2's in China, isn't it? Or 3? And
that's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
That back straight is going to be disastrous.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh
100%.
my God.
And they got, what, how many DRS zones in Melbourne? 4? 3? 4.
Actually, they got 2, haven't they? No, 3. 3.
4?
They got 3. No, they got 4.
They got 4, man.
No, 4. Okay, yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
I know it's not DRS anymore, but
turn 3.
Yeah. It's just gonna be I just can't wait for practice one on Friday. I've never been so excited for practice. I just want to watch it on board and understand how these cars work. Like when they're actually pushing, not by trundling around at 100 kilometers an hour. So
that's probably them pushing, though. Unfortunately,
that'll be Aston Martin pushing.
That's also another. That's it. I'm excited though for to see how Audi and Cadillac go around Australia.
Well, Courtney's mentioned Audi, and I want to as well. It's I hope they're good. I hope they're good, man. I reckon they're one of the teams that are hiding something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope so. Anyway, because one thing that Drive to Survive, the new season, showed was just how welcoming that team feels. Yeah. Obviously, they were part of Kick Sauber last year. They weren't Audi, but Jonathan Wheatley, he's probably the best team principal. He's like the Ted Lasso of Formula One right now. You don't know who that is exactly, but he is super friendly compared to everyone else. Like Flavio, we know that he's a nut. He's a dick potato. And then we've got Zach Brown, world champion hotline. And then you got Jonathan Wheatley, who genuinely cares about his drivers. And it really shows.
You've forgotten another one, mate. Mattia Bonotto, Harry Potter.
Of course.
He is.
How could I forget?
Wait, hang on. No, they're the same team. Wait, what is...
They're the same team. What are you
hang
about?
on. What is Bonotto's role?
Well,
are they both team principals?
Hogwarts. No. I don't. He's the. Hang on, stand by. This is professionalism at its finest.
Oh, we've let go of professionalism an hour ago.
Yeah.
That's gone down the drain. But I
No,
think
he's the technical officer,
oh, bloody hell. Anyway,
whereas Wheatley is team principal.
yeah. Oh well.
But,
Anywho, I think I think they're going to be good, and I hope they are because I feel like Gabriel Bortoleto could be really good this year. It depends. It depends on the car. Let's be honest. I actually want to know what car they're going to bring to Melbourne because they had a completely different one than what they brought from Barcelona to Bahrain. What are they going to bring to Melbourne? I don't know.
That's a good question because is Ferrari going to bring the rotisserie chicken?
I hope wing.
I hope. Are we going to see that this weekend?
I just said I hope so. Wing. I hope
that's funny.
No, I hope they do because
we're going to see it.
I think it's going to be game changing. Or are we going to see someone else bring it?
Well, Audi copied Alpine last time with their wing. Are we going to see Audi copy them? Maybe. It's going to be interesting. Main thing is we know that Aston won't change anything because they're not racing. So that's certain. But I'm looking forward to Haas. I'm excited to see how they're going to go this weekend. Obviously, second season for Ollie Behrman.
I think
last year's race was.
I think he'll get a podium this year.
Oh, no doubt. I agree. He showed a lot of promise last season.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Australian Grand Prix was really tricky for all the rookies last year, as Drive to Survive pointed out. I'm excited to see how they go their second year, and that reminds me, Hadjar as well. He didn't even get to race last year because he destroyed the car. So I'm excited to see how he does around Australia in the Red Bull this time around. Are we going to see another Lawson situation? I hope not. It's going to be interesting because I'm hoping that Red Bull are shifting away from just recycling drivers.
Fingers crossed. There's been a comment here by Bono. Real question is who's going to be the wooden spoon this year? So, good segue because I actually think it's Cadillac. I hope not, but I think it could be. I'm a bit worried. Actually, it should be Aston Martin is the question. The answer, sorry.
So far, I reckon it's going to Aston Martin.
It has to be Aston Martin. But if it's going to be someone who's actually on the track and racing, I think it'll be Cadillac. Not because I don't think they'll be good. I just think first year, just let them settle in. It's hard to score points in F1. It's even harder now with 22 cars than 20. So, bro, I don't know. I'm a bit worried about them as well because in testing, while they did a fair amount of laps, I don't think they even tried a push lap. And their race pace wasn't good either. So I don't know. I think they were doing just a lot of operations, making sure everything works, which is fine. That's what testing is there for. But yeah, I hope they're good, but I don't have too much confidence if I'm being honest. So we shall see.
Well, Bryce has a really important question as well. The real question is, will the safety car do more laps in the race than Aston? The answer is yes, no doubt.
What if
there's definitely going to be
no crashes?
Well, there's still more laps than Aston because I just have a feeling,
Well,
the safety car's more reliable than Aston.
There's rumors going around that they might do 5 laps. They might do an in lap. They might do 1 lap. They might just start from the pit lane and trundle around and then come back in. The real problem they're going to have is actually qualifying. They can't do the race part of their strategy, which is funny to even say, if they don't even qualify for the 107% rule. If they don't even get that done, then they're not doing the formation lap. They're not even gridding up. So,
God. Bryce, I heard the same. Only formation laps, so it's going to be really interesting.
I heard that too.
But let's move on from people or teams that aren't going to be good. Let's move on to teams that are we predicting for the win. Because I reckon we've got some good contentions this weekend. Mercedes are looking strong throughout testing. Alex is already saying Ferrari. That is a high possibility, though. Especially Charles Leclerc. You actually sent in our group chat earlier Leclerc got married this season. Is he going to be world champion? Because Michael Schumacher did the same back in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
That could be that could happen. Don't know. Every Ferrari fan at the moment is just looking for delusional theories. That's the thing. So anything can happen. If Lewis Hamilton sneezes at the exact same time as Michael Schumacher did 30 years ago, he will be world champion. That's basically
actually
the mentality of a Ferrari fan.
Another hot topic about Ferrari fans, well, actually not Ferrari, but Lewis fans, is Kim Kardashian going to be there? I don't know. We were chatting about this in the car on the way home yesterday. Is she going to be there? I'm sure that's on Sports Bet too. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
But no, I look. Even if Ferrari don't win, I just want to see them compete. Like, I don't even care if they're 2-3 seconds behind the leader. I just want to see them not embarrass themselves.
Be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have tonight.
Yeah,
I just hope they don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're just showing our Aston Martin. That's who we are right now. But that's okay. Everyone has technical issues.
Can we say Cadillac?
No, let's say Cadillac.
Yeah, I don't want to be Aston Martin. That's too low.
No, let's just go back to Ferrari because yeah, no, it's been tricky night, but we're making it work. That's the thing with lives, you know. It's a potato.
Courtney said apparently she's been asked to wave the flag. That's a big deal.
Okay.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. I've never seen her. I don't think she's ever gone to a Grand Prix. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Definitely not as a.
There's been a few celebrities actually. There's been a few celebrities that have waved the flag horribly, might add. So hopefully she's not the same. If that's the case, we've seen some shocking flag waving in the past.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Yeah, but who do you reckon?
Yep.
I know you've already said Ferrari, but who do you reckon? Which driver is going to win the Australian Grand Prix this year? And who will get pole? I said that backwards.
I hope Oscar's up there. I hope Oscar's is there for just being Australian. I hope Ferrari's up there with hopefully Lewis, re-getting his old ways. I hope Charles is there because he's, deserving of that too. But then also Mercedes could be there too, and don't ever count out Max. So look, it's ridiculously hard to say who's going to get pole because we don't know who's good. So I'm sticking with my Ferrari theory only because I'm a Ferrari fan, and yeah, I can't think of. I don't want to say it because I think even if I get the Ferrari part wrong, I can just blame it on delusion. So it's fine. So I'm I'm just gonna say one of the Ferraris, but I just want to see at the very minimum Lewis on a podium. That's all I want.
Courtney, I would love to see 12 people in contention. That would be amazing. That would be fantastic. That's exactly what we want in Formula One.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think it will happen though.
No.
But hey, never know. No, I absolutely agree with you. I reckon I am going to lock in Oscar Piastri for the Grand Prix win.
Wow.
Obviously, he could have done it last season until the rain sort of he went mowing. But hey, it could have been worse. He could have retired actually from the race. So I'm hoping he has a better weekend this time around. However, I still reckon George is going to be pretty strong. But the way I see it, I'm locking in Oscar for the Grand Prix win, but I'm locking in George as a champion this season. I reckon it's George's year. With the way things are going, again, it could change. Or Leclerc could even win. Who knows? But yeah, definitely don't discount Max. Yes, he's said some comments regarding the car. He's not happy with how they handle, and and apparently, I think his contract this year, if he's not first place in the title, he can leave when he wants to.
Is that George?
No, Max.
Oh, I was going to say that's a very strong.
Apparently, so yeah. So apparently, that's interesting. So, but I don't think Max will leave midway. I don't see him doing that. I know he's saying that, but I don't think he will do that.
Really? I think it could do it tomorrow.
I don't know. We'll see how I guess we have to wait and see. I just don't. I can't picture him doing it.
I don't know.
Um,
I think the fact that he's also said like before Abu Dhabi, he goes, "I've got 4 championships. Like, what's the difference if I get a fifth? Like, it's not going to make any
that's true.
difference to his life." So, and he said that the day before a Grand Prix where he could have won the fifth. So I don't know. I think
I guess we'll have to wait and see. It just depends on how the car is, I suppose.
Hmm.
Heading into Australia, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Mate, him and
Sure.
Fernando, Courtney's right, him and Fernando could do Le Mans, mate. They'll be on some like lounge chairs in Santorini Beach, just chilling.
Yeah.
Because Fernando's going to rage quit and Max will be bored of the regulations. So,
Nah, put them as a wild card for supercars.
hey, I'll be down.
Speaking of that, by the way, let's start drifting towards that, if you're happy with that.
Yeah,
Because obviously it's a double header weekend. I don't know if you mentioned it in the intro or not.
I did.
Good job. Yeah, it's a double header weekend this time. We've got the Melbourne Super Sprint as well. So that's exciting. But before we get into the weekend, Wednesday, tomorrow, or when this is literally now, by the time this pod's out, at Calder Park, Tickford and Red Bull Ampol Racing will be there with their Mustangs. Now, Oscar Piastri has been locked in to drive Cam Waters' Mustang. But now Bryce pointed this out earlier. Daniel Ricciardo could potentially be steering that 888 car tomorrow. Maybe.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool.
He said it. He's just said he's in it.
He said it. He has said it.
Wow.
Is it confirmed? I'm actually going to look if it's confirmed or not. But that's that's highly possible.
He's done it before. You know what? No, you know what? Screw this. Don't even bother putting him in tomorrow. Put him for the whole weekend. He's not doing anything.
Put him for the season.
Put him for the weekend. I don't want to see this, media stuff. I want to see him on the track in practice one. Where do you think he would finish? Off topic.
Definitely just probably in the 10 or outside the 10.
Wow, that's high. Yeah, maybe. Wow, that's good. That's a good answer. Well,
maybe mid-pack. I don't know. It's
there you go.
There we go.
Podium.
I'm just having a look at the article now. So you talk while I look at this.
No, that's fair. I think there's going to be a lot of contenders this week to win some races. Obviously, last year was the year of MSR and 888. This year, I think it can be 888 and BRT. Man, those cars are weapons in Sydney. Tickford also, don't discount them. Penrite, basically anyone in a Mustang. And then Anton Di Pasquale apparently is a goat. In a Chev.
So apparently,
yeah, go on.
Apparently, according to V8 Sleuth, they understand that he's doing it.
Okay.
Which is usually a nod saying it's been confirmed, but we can't say anything. Also, by the way, Courtney says as a Kaza podium, that could well and truly happen.
Now, if you're new here, that means Aaron Cameron.
Yes. That's his legal name, Azakaza. Who was, by the way, at the Motorsport Festival over the weekend.
Was he?
Apparently.
I know.
Didn't see him.
I know Jackson Evans was.
Jackson Evans was. Yeah, he was driving the Valkyrie, which didn't go out on track.
No,
because of the weather.
He also had a steer of that McLaren thing.
Did he? I think Mika Hakkinen drove that thing. I remember seeing him drive that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember Azza driving at all. So yeah, being there for promo makes sense. Will Brown has gone for 3 in a row for the Larry Perkins Trophy. Yeah, he's pretty strong around here. Both him and Feeney were strong last year. This is also the same track we saw the famous Cam Waters and Matt Payne blowout. I think 2024.
That was
fun. That was fun. So maybe Tickford might be strong here as well, but they were only semi-strong in Sydney last time out. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited. We've got 4 19-lap races.
Yes.
So about half hour each we've calculated. Time certain though, so keep that in mind.
But we have
seen. That's true. So we've got
the Sunday race.
all 3 of 3 races start around 5:30, give or take.
Yeah,
Some of them. It's crazy.
they're really, really late. Besides the Sunday one, obviously, with the Grand Prix being the last on-track action. I think that one there's about 10:30 odd in the morning. So yeah,
okay.
it's. I used to when I used to go to the Grand Prix, man. I used to bloody love the supercars more than anything else. Like it's such a vibe because everything's just like, turbocharged. You can hear the turbo, blah blah blah. And then you go to these V8 bloody things. Just
it's
screaming.
unique, isn't it? Even Crofty has said that he always loves listening to the V8s because they don't have it every time they go to a Grand Prix.
Nah.
It's the one thing that they miss. So it's really cool. I'm excited for it. We've seen some pretty cool racing in the last few years. Like some really good racing, might I add. Remember a couple of years ago we thought the Grand Prix was it was going to end with the supercars.
Yeah.
And then that same year they put on a massive show of epic racing. So it was really cool. Bryce pointed out Porsche Cup race is 6:10 p.m. Melbourne time, which is really late for a race.
Yeah. That's insane.
So hopefully people still stick around and watch that.
Yeah, unfortunately, what Bryce just said is true about that. Is the grandstands are usually empty. After a lot of fans that go to F1 don't care about supercars, which is sad because we're Aussie. Man, I used to. I think one year I actually arrived for the V8 race. I didn't even bother with the sessions before. But yeah, watching the Porsche race is awesome because there's no one around. It's just completely dead. Like everyone's just gone by then. Yeah. And the best part is if you stay there, everyone's already in the city already, so all the tram lines are pretty much empty. You just walk in, go. Don't have to wait. Don't have to wait for a tram. Yeah, it's killer.
Even better.
So yeah, the action is non-stop around the Grand Prix. It's killer. What are we talking about? I've got off track.
Supercars.
So yeah, I know that. But what I was going to say is, the time when I think Gen 3s were first introduced and they were catching fire. Nick Percat.
Yeah, we had actually Cam Waters too. No, James Courtney, I think as well.
Courtney. That year there was the last year that they had the pits because F2 and F3 came that year, which was the first time that they complained and whinged about not having the front or a good pit lane, which I can confirm was terrible. I did see that paddock; it was rubbish. And then they've moved out to the outfield and no pit stops. Since then, I think the non-pit stops has actually been beneficial for supercars. It's just a sprint, a 19-lap sprint race, elbows out, and it's just wild. It's just nuts, and I love it. It's so good.
I had someone on Facebook. I made a graphic, the race week graphic. I put it in a group, the V8 Supercars group, and someone complained about how BS it is to have 20-minute races or whatever. And then I explained the situation, and they're still pissed off. And I was like, okay, whatever, you're just a coconut. But ever since then, you remember we spoke at, was it 24 that they started doing that?
Yeah.
We even had our doubts, like, what? This is going to ruin it. But then it ended up being literally the best racing we saw all season.
Yeah.
Just the hard go out and just race mentality around this track is really cool because obviously it's wider than most tracks they go to because it's, designed for open wheelers. So I'm really excited to watch the racing this year. And we see a lot of standouts as well. Like Aaron Cameron, I'm pretty sure debuted at the Grand Prix last year.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see how he does, and knowing they sort of have a strong start to the season, I'm excited to see how they go this weekend. But what I'm also excited for is the commentary lineup again, because I believe, now this is me going off the Instagram story I saw, Matt Noldy is on a plane heading to the Grand Prix this weekend. Is he going to be the voice of supercars this weekend? I hope so. I'd love to hear him.
Fingers crossed. I am pretty sure that he is the voice around the track. I think even for no, he's not. No, hang on. I think one year I did hear him. Anyway, he might just be the announcer over the loudspeaker, but we'll find out.
Will he do Cup though? Because Crosley does Cup, Porsche Cup. Unless they're doing it together, I don't know. But either way, I would love to see him because they're alternating the commentary lineup as the season goes on anyway. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm still excited to see how they go this time around. We're off to a strong start. By the way, the new Supercar 360 show on KO starts next week as well.
Okay.
With Scafie and the other guy who no one knows. What's his name? Paul Kelly or something like that. He doesn't he do footy or cricket or something like that. But
right,
he's joining Scafie apparently.
Okay.
In the booth, so that'll be interesting. So any Scafie fans out there will get to hear him next week. I think I could be wrong. Oh yeah, Courtney, good point. Will Windscreen has a role with the F2s and F3s this weekend, which is interesting. I haven't looked deeply into that.
Wait, hang on. Explain.
He's going to be.
I need context.
So basically, let me get my trusty article out real quick. Long story short,
I'm assuming this is James Courtney.
Yeah, Will Windscreen. Remember?
That's
his new name.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's he doing?
So he's been called up for basically a driver standards advisor role for Formula 2 and Formula 3.
Wow.
Now he's going to be heavily disappointed when he finds out these cars do not have windscreens. He's going to be really disappointed.
No, but they sound insane there, by the way. King has asked about
they sound mega.
Yeah. King's asked about the Supra and how they will go. Well,
that's a good question.
Yeah,
because
it is. Go on.
It's a engine-driven track, right around the straights. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because Ryan Walkinshaw, who, again, I'm doing another plug for a pod, the Lucky Dogs pod, obviously with Will Brown, another short podcaster, and Brody Kostecki, they had a chat with Ryan Walkinshaw, and they said that, Ryan said that they're still testing the engines. They didn't have enough time before preseason. So they're still working on the engine, still learning. They're about 80 to 85% capacity of knowledge and understanding and tuning and so forth. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle this weekend, because it will be as much as a test as it is a race for them, of course, as Sydney was as well. Yeah. But the engines are going to be on demand this weekend, that's for sure. Are we going to see another failure? Because we saw Heimgartner have an engine blowout last time in Sydney. I hope we don't see more of that, but it's going to be interesting to see.
No, definitely. I think it will be a struggle. Definitely, like you said, that's a very power-driven track for supercars. Not many corners and a lot of straights. So, yeah, I think you'll see them be pretty quick around the last sector, but the first two, oh boy, they're going to struggle. That was like in Sydney. They were really good to the second sector, but the first and last sector, that was a bit of a struggle.
Well, we had a look. We only saw this in testing though. We didn't look during the race, but I think there was about a 2 or 4K difference an hour.
Yeah, you said that.
Top speed. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, we got 1 or 2 practice sessions this weekend on Thursday.
I want to say 2.
Maybe we'll have a look in a minute, but and then we've got obviously 2 qualifying sessions as well that day too. We've got a busy Thursday. There's practice, 2 qualies, and straight into a race. It's going to be interesting to see. But the Mustangs are going, no doubt they're going to be strong. 888 usually strong around there. As I said, Blanchard Racing now throw them into the mix. Not that it matters, but they are higher up into the pit lane order now, even though technically it doesn't matter. I think it will just matter in qualifying. Other than that, I'm excited.
So,
yes,
looking at the schedule, by the way, I'm excited too. Looking at the schedule, there are 2 practice sessions. Then the 2 qualies for race 4 and 5, so 1 and 2 of the weekend, back to back. The second one's only 8 minutes long, which I can't stand. Same thing goes for Saturday morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
That's like a lap.
Well, it's pretty much 1 sprint lap, yeah. Maybe 2. So
Yeah, right.
the first one's 12 minutes, the second one's 8 minutes, and then they're not all 19 laps because the last race on Sunday is only 14, which kind of sucks.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, right.
Sunday is a very important day for Formula One, so yeah, that needs to be on time. But the rest is 19. So yeah,
That's all right. Still
it's a very
plenty
short-
of laps for action.
Yeah, for short, sharp sessions for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
action.
It just
the
means
action will
that
still be there. Don't worry about
the
that.
tires will last the tires will last the distance, which means they can just push on.
Yeah,
That's what makes this event good, is because strategy doesn't. Ferrari should race supercars this weekend because at least they will have some success. Because there's no strategy involved.
No.
So if they can just let the drivers race, I reckon they're going to have a lot of fun with that weekend for sure. Predictions? Who reckons going to be the one to dominate this weekend? Maybe.
Oh man, it's so hard to go against Feeney again. Jeez. I want to throw in BRT again. I'm on the bandwagon, man. I'm on the bandwagon.
I wouldn't mind a BLT.
Actually, not a band. I'm not on the bandwagon. I started the bandwagon. I said it in testing before. Sorry, season preview. I said that would be good. So I'm leading the bandwagon, and I'm sticking by it because they're unbelievable so far. It's their home track as well. Technically, their office and their base is only like a half an hour drive from the track. I remember a couple of years ago they had a pretty big crash, and they just took the car to the workshop and fixed it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's up near Box Hill, so yeah, about half hour, maybe 40-minute drive. So,
okay.
Yeah, definite home field advantage for them. Obviously you got the other Melbourne teams, Walkinshaw and Penrite still as well. Walkinshaw I think will struggle, but I'm going to throw in a Penrite. I reckon Kai Allen could be good. Last year was his debut. And like he had in Sydney, it was his debut last year as a full-time driver, and he a year later almost finished on the podium thanks to a wheel failure. But I think Penrite could be up there. Matt Payne's he's got a lot of pressure behind him. With Kai Allen, he's no scout,
especially this season.
Yeah, I think those finals series changed him. Ever since, it's just been in the mix, so he's always been there. So, no, he'll be up there.
No, he's definitely got his head screwed on, that's for sure. Definitely, no doubt, Penrite will be ones to watch this weekend. Again, like you said, Kai Allen just missed out on battling for the win. But yeah, Feeney, it's really hard to look past him. He's strong here usually.
Yeah,
on a good weekend. So considering how strong he was last year and last weekend, I reckon he'll be one to watch for sure. Will Brown usually is fairly good around there as well. But I'm excited to see how Cam Waters does. If he's got a good car this weekend, he will be a challenge for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
And yeah, definitely again Blanchard Racing as well. But yeah, Feeney and Waters is and Payne is my probably top 3 contentions for the win this weekend. And to be honest, you got to throw in Brody as well. He was really strong, and he maybe heck even Anton. He really blew expectations last time in Sydney. So it's going to be interesting. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Alex is doing maths, everyone.
There are 30, I think I counted that correct, Porsche Carrera Cup cars. And the reason I counted that was because there was a comment from King asking why don't they do GT3s instead of at the hang on, sorry, what did you say? Oh yeah, instead of why don't they put GT instead of Cup?
Instead of Porsches. Yeah.
Well, because you definitely wouldn't get 30 Cup cars. Plus
no. Well, in fairness as well,
another thing is Porsche.
I think we're about to say the same thing.
Porsche series around the world.
Yeah. The Super Cup is is ran with the Formula One calendar throughout the year. So it only makes sense that Australia has their version of it.
Yeah.
At the Australian Grand Prix. Apparently, according to Scott Pye, the Michelin tyre around there is mega to drive around.
I'm not surprised.
So me too.
Well, it would be.
I'm excited. Hopefully, we get some good racing.
Maximum
Yeah, so hopefully we
grip,
get some good racing.
you know, a resurfaced track a couple of years ago, and some very fast Porsches. So 30 cars around Melbourne's going to be insane.
Crazy.
It's nuts. A lot of new names too in that category. So yeah, very keen to see how they go this weekend.
Well, because it's their first round as well, so it's going to be really cool. So it's a great start for them having that many for round one. Hopefully that sticks around throughout the year. But let's slowly close tonight's pod. I know it's been rather shorter than normal and rather glitchier than normal, but that is the LTM way.
We persevere.
On Tuesdays, might add. LTM's usually pretty decent. Not on Tuesdays.
On a Monday, yeah.
So, yeah, on a Monday night. But, yeah, no, I'm excited for the weekend. Should be good. The weather, I think, is okay. You know, it's better than what it was last year.
Yes, not much better.
It's holding up, so very keen for it. Yeah, just keen for a good weekend.
Oh, I can't wait. By the way, with the watch-alongs, stay tuned. We have a bit of scheduling issues regarding that, so we're going to do
a big week.
We're going to do our very best to bring you as many watch-alongs as possible. Obviously, there's 4 supercar races, so that's quite difficult. Plus the F1. So yeah, without getting in too much trouble with my family, I'm going to attempt to do as many as possible. But to be confirmed is what I'm going to say. Plus my work schedule is a bit weird as well. So to be confirmed.
Long story short, if Alex can't join, it will be a TikTok exclusive one because it'll just be me on my phone going on TikTok live.
Yeah.
That's if Alex can't join.
That's worst comes to
and that will only be for the supercar races. If Alex can't do the F1 watch along, then we'll just we won't do it, unfortunately, because it's I got a kid.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So we're just working around it, but hopefully we're still doing it. Should be good. It'll be an exciting weekend nonetheless. We will still talk about it next week. Hopefully on Monday where it's less buggy for some reason. Tuesdays are just strange. So I'm keen to debrief about it though. That's going to be cool.
No doubt. It's going to be a great weekend, and I can't wait to talk about it all because there's going to be a lot to talk about Monday night. Let's just say that. That's going to be a long episode. We'll have to start early.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, that's probably. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Again, we do apologize. It has been a bit of a interesting pod tonight in terms of glitches and so forth. But hey, we can only do what we can do. But we do appreciate everyone's support. You know, we've still got some amazing people in the chat with us today. We've got Bryce, King, Bono, Courtney. We've got so many great people with us still. It's great to have a good community with us. And hopefully we have a good weekend of racing. Hopefully Aston do more than one lap. That's going to be what we're going to have to wait and see. But be sure to follow our social media. Of course, we'll keep you up to date. Even F1 memes, we tend to post them every now and again, which, you know, generates a good laugh here and there. But also subscribe to our YouTube and hit the notification bell and like button as well. So you can stay up to date with all the latest F1 news, supercar news, and also our Cooldown Room pod. And Alex, thanks for hosting as always. Thanks for joining me once again. Well done on the intro as well. I didn't hear it, but I'm keen to hear it when I look back on this. But yeah, any final thoughts?
No, I'm just so keen for it. It's just going to be so exciting. And F1, who the hell knows? Let's just see.
Yeah, I agree. Let's hope we see an Aussie win. I think everyone would love that.
Aussie or red?
Yes, agreed. I couldn't agree more. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts and who your predictions are for this weekend as well. It'll be really interesting to see both supercars and F1. But that's all from us for now. Have a good week. Enjoy the Aussie Grand Prix, and we'll see you next week as we debrief all the action. Bye for now.
Bye.